Hey guys, it's Joshy here, and I thought I'd do something a little different today. I really wanted to look at and break down the move Mist. Now, I know Haze, and I know a lot of different moves and how I can get them to work to my advantage, but I really wanted to do it with Mist. Now, I did have some help from FishChamp, or Evan, who is also on my Discord, but I will link his channel down below. He's got some cool discussions and that I really think you guys should check out. And I have to mention Fufu too. His will also be linked, but he is probably my favourite PokeTuber, and this is very in his style, so I do like to pay tribute to him. I've done it before when I do stuff like this, but it is just kind of in his style, and I like to make sure I'm not just saying, oh, this is all, I'd like to say it. But if you like, forgotten or different Pokemon and analysis of them, especially new buffs and stuff, or the look at moves like this, then you should check him out. So first we really need to look at Mist. So Mist is a move that you can use that cloaks yourself and your allies in a white mist that prevents any of your stats being lowered for 5 turns. So I thought, okay, this is obviously off Cerebi, but how far does that go in depth? Where are the lines? What does it mean? And I thought, you know what, I really want to test this out and see how much I can get this to work in my favor beyond the whole, someone used Growl, didn't work because of Mist type of thing. So, that's what we set out to do. So I asked Evan if he could help me, and he said yes. I realized I didn't have a Pokemon with Mist, so he did trade me this Cryogonal, which is his Cryogonal, not mine. But he did let me borrow a crystal, so I could try it out. So here, we've got a couple of battles of where we tried a couple of different things that I realized. So first, this one is obviously sending out a Kricketune. We're just going for the sticky web. I wasn't going to bother showing you anything like Growl and that, because we know that's going to work. So the idea with sticky web is when you land on it, if you don't know, you do drop your speed every time you enter the battle. So I thought something along the lines of, could I get it to not drop my speed but possibly activate something? So I sent out here my Gothitelle with competitive ability, and it does not work. So I was like, okay, there you go. So because the stat hasn't been lowered there, competitive doesn't activate. So this one we decided to do in a double battle because there are a couple of different things I wanted to try out with Mist. So I'll go over them as we go. So I thought this video pretty much covered everything. So I thought, okay, well, let's start off now. That sticky web was them lowering my stats, so I thought, is there a way, because it says it prevents stat drops, can I prevent my own stat drops, which would be really interesting. So I'm going to go for the Mist here, obviously, setting that up. So got the Mist up, he's just going to go for an X-Scissor, he's going to do whatever he can to make sure he doesn't do too much to me. And Empoleon goes for a bubble, which is really cool. I don't think he'd finish doing the moves on this guy, but I liked seeing it anyway. So anyway, I'm going to go for the Shell Smash. I thought that'd be cool if you could get Shell Smashes without the defense drop off. Unfortunately, we do get the defense drops, so I thought, okay, that's a bit of a shame. I would have liked to have seen it, but it looks like we can't prevent our own personal stat drops. So here, I'm just going to swap into my Swoobat and swap out here as well and bring in the Gothitelle. Now there's a reason I'm bringing back in this Gothitelle. I wanted to try it with something else. So now he's going to swap, and Empoleon's going to be swapped into his Electric Doge or Manectric, and he's just going to go for another Endeavor. So I'll show you here what I wanted to see what it would work, and I'd have to say I was pretty happy with what we got here. So he's going to swap into his Swalot just because he's trying not to cause any damage to anyone at this point. So Manectric's going to Mega Evolve, and this is actually, we decided on Manectric so we can have that delayed turn here for the Intimidate. So we wanted the Intimidate to activate, see what happens. So it activates still. I thought, oh, does it work? No, it doesn't. So it actually activates though, because it's still activated, my Adrenaline Orb still activates and gives me that stat boost for the speed. So I thought that was really, really cool. So you have the opportunity to actually activate an Adrenaline Orb without actually having to be the attack drop. So you can use that to your advantage if someone's got Intimidators and you have an Adrenaline Orb attack based Pokemon. So that was really cool. So I thought I'll try a couple different things. So obviously Gothitelle's competitive still didn't activate, even though Gothitelle was hit with the technically non-working Intimidate, but so that was really interesting. I thought at least we got an Adrenaline Orb off, so I thought we'll try a couple more things here I wanted to try, so we can only see. So what do we got next to try? Well, I bought out my Ledian and my far out. Magmortar. I am so sorry, guys. So I probably could have changed this, but nonetheless, I thought Ledian, I'm going to get to go for Curse. I assumed it would still give me that speed drop, which it does, but I just thought I wanted to try Curse as well, make sure I've done 2 different moves like that. And so for Magmortar, I thought I'm going to go for the Overheat. That way I can at least see if I do still get that drop, and I still get that special attack drop. So I thought, that's a bit of a shame there, because again, that Mist could have been really interesting with moves like that. But I understand why it's not. But then again, there are other tactics similar-ish, which actually can cause a lot of problems like that. So I'm going to swap back into Torgal here. Excuse me. And there was just a little bit more I wanted to try out. So I'm going to swap back into Crystal as well. Just want to reset up Mist, just so I can see what else I was checking. Sorry, that makes sense, doesn't it? But anyway, he's just going for the Howl and just trying to avoid killing me at this stage, because especially with Swalot, if he gets an attack off, it's going to hit pretty hard on anyone, especially a Cryogonal at this stage. So I'm going to reset up, I'm going to do my thing. So with this thing's fast, so obviously we have to wait for him, but at least we're going to outspeed the Swat. So this was the last thing I wanted to show. So Z Mist, which can work pretty well, is another way to really utilize it, and that is because it does actually give you a full HP recovery with Z-Mist. So you do actually get from whatever stage of HP you're at to back to max, as well as being able to then protect stat drops for a couple of turns. So it has that little extra bonus for a heal, but it is also only a one-time. Now, I thought that was all, but there was one last thing I did want to check, technically, because it was caused by an opponent. So I thought maybe on the off chance this would also work. So anyway, obviously Cryogonal, he's going to send out whoever he wants, which is now his beautiful shiny Cricketune. So anyway, I'm going to start the Mist, he's going to do his thing. So there was, as I said, last thing that we needed to check. So he's just going to do sticky webs, because he knows either way it's not going to work. So at least, even though you could obviously get rid of the sticky webs, having Mist can actually allow, you know, yourself to have those turns if you aren't going to carry a person who does it. So you could do that. So I'm going to swap into my Omastar here. Omastar, so he can, it just sounds weird the way I said it. Weak Armor does activate. I was wondering, because it was caused by the opponent, even though it was my ability, it made, you know, not do the defense drop, but it still does. So there we see that pretty much no added effects nearly are worthwhile, except for your Z move for that heal. And though the one that I thought you could, it would be very gimmicky, but you could make very good use of a Adrenaline Orb attacker with Mist setup. So that was the only thing I found. If you guys actually watch this and you go, "Ooh, why didn't you try this? Try that," you're welcome to comment, or if you've tried it yourself, let me know. I'm really intrigued, but the Adrenaline Orb activating actually caught me off guard, because, as I said, I'd seen other things just not work, so I expected at this stage it wouldn't work, but for some reason, being an item, it still did work. So I'm really intrigued to see if there is anything else that could possibly activate, but I think I covered most of my ground. But finally, as I said, if there's something you think of or know, use that comment section. Also, guys, don't forget, if you do enjoy this, please do chuck a thumbs up. You know, I'd say Mist onto that like button, because it does definitely show support and shows me what content you like. Discord, Twitch, and Twitter is linked down below, as well as both FishChamp Evans and Fufu's accounts. Please do check both of them out. They're both great channels. I will probably put them at the end of the video as well, you know, providing I don't forget. And finally, if you like this content or other stuff or like to show support, you are welcome to hit that sub button there, because it definitely does help me out. But anyway, guys, until my next video, I'll see ya.